It has been confirmed that the International Monetary Fund, also known as IMF, has rejected Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's request for $5 billion in order to fight the coronavirus pandemic in the Latin American country. The financial body stated that the request could not be considered because there was no clarity among its 189 member states on who it recognizes as Venezuela's rightful leader. For over the year, the IMF has been involved in the rhetoric over admitting the legitimacy of democratically elected President Maduro or regarding the U.S.-backed politician Juan Guaido as interim president of Venezuela. Maduro had sent a letter to the IMF explaining the requested money was meant to strengthen the response capacities of the Venezuelan health system in the containment of the coronavirus pandemic, as the system has been heavily battered by illegal U.S. sanctions. Socialist officials say the IMF did not take into account the humanitarian nature of the request.
The IMF underestimates that the pandemic can kill thousands of human beings and came up with a cheap excuse. There is no doubt Maduro is the president.
However, in the opposition, many have a different opinion on the IMF's move.
The IMF is not the only one who opposes Maduro. Over 50 other countries oppose him too. This is the result of his oppressive regime.
Socialist officials vindicate Maduro's request of money.
Our president is doing everything to improve the country's ability to prevent the pandemic. Too bad the IMF is following the U.S. hostile policy.
From a different perspective, analysts say there are still other options for getting financial support.
There are ally countries and financial institutions who can lend money to Venezuela, so the IMF is not irreplaceable as an aid source.
Experts also say that if people abide by the government's quarantine, the virus outbreak may drop down within a few weeks. 36 infection cases have been reported so far. None of them has turned deadly. The IMF has refused to give money to Venezuela, saying it is not clear who the president of this country is. Experts believe this is a politically motivated decision which overlooks the human rights of the Venezuelan people facing a pandemic. Jesus Silva, Press TV, Caracas.